Okay, this lecture is almost continuation for the previous one. We have been talking about the measurement for the progress of the project or the performance of the project. And we mentioned the earned value analysis and the variability in the earned value with respect to the actual cost, with respect to the schedule that we have in the project. Now we are going to talk about the to complete performance index. To complete performance index is the required performance in the remainder of the project, remainder time of the project. So what is the required performance index in the following period of the project? This can be calculated as the budget, the original budget that we have minus the earned value. This amount is the remaining work that we have still in the project, divided by the budget minus the actual cost. And this is the remained money that we have in our pocket right now. So dividing the work by the money, that's the performance index required to complete the project as planned. The other expression for the same to complete performance index is the budget minus the earned value, which is the remaining work that we have, divided by the estimate at completion minus the actual cost. Now we have changed the budget to the estimate, the new estimate at completion that we have. So in this case, we might have higher value of the budget. So the estimate at completion might be, most probably, will be higher than the budget. And least probability is to be less than the budget. So in this case, we have larger amount in case of increase of the budget. The estimate at completion minus the actual cost will be higher than the budget minus the actual cost. So since this is higher, the estimate of at completion is higher than the budget, in this case, the complete performance index in this case will be lower than the to complete performance index in the first scenario. The last few slides that we have in this lecture is about the development of project team, the human resource management. Actually, whenever we are talking about risk, we mentioned that communication is the most source of complication and risk and issues that we have in any project. Human resource, again, is the second to communication and the problems and issues that we have in project management and project failures as well. So we have to consider managing the humans that we have more than managing any other resource that we have for the project. So in this case, we have to consider the individuals, we have to consider the team, we have to consider the integration between the different personnels working in the project as well. Team development in brief detail, observation and conversation. We have always to communicate with the people that we have in the project. We have to observe their work and their performance and their productivity. And we always have to communicate with them and ask them about their performance, about their issues, about their problems that they have, about the productivity that they have, what are the issues they face with the work or with other personnel that we have in our team, whatever we are talking about, management team or technical team. Always we have to consider the project performance appraisals. We have to consider the assessment, whether that could be formal or informal. Most of formal appraisals, like reports, for example. Informal is the assessment of personal assessment of the project that we have and for the personnel as individuals and as teams as well. One of the tools or means that we can assess the project performance and personnel performance is what's called 360-degree assessment. In this case, all the people, all the stakeholders that we have are assessing all the stakeholders that they are dealing with, that they communicate with, that they have kind of a customer chain connection with. So in this case, everybody is assessing everybody who is communicating with. Maybe this kind of a little bit confusing for the employees that they have, because in each minute they are assessed by other people. and they are always under the focus. They are under the camera of the assessment for other people. That makes the employees a little bit confused. But on the other side, the assessment based on this a little bit more accurate and a little bit more justified. Conflict management, again, one of the most important tasks that the project manager must consider. Whatever the strategies that he is dealing with might be withdrawing, he is assuming that he know nothing about the problem, the issue between the employees that he has. Sometimes he has to go for the smoothing scenario, make it a little bit smooth between the two parties who have conflict with each other. He might have kind of compromising between the two parties, assuming that one of them has a little level of mistake and the other one have another level of mistakes, and he is trying to make kind of reducing the distance between both of them. One of the scenarios is forcing. Forcing is to assume that I have the solution and I am the manager and I have the authority to force the solution, and you have to do what I am telling you to do. The fifth scenario is collaborating. Collaborating is making kind of compromising and confronting together. It is kind of facing each other and making kind of compromising, assuming that the two parties with the conflict have some mistakes and they have to minimize the strength of their pulling out the rope, and they have to find some solution for the problem. Confronting, a little bit again, very close to the collaborating. Confronting is to face the two parties, and each one will tell what is the situation that he is facing and what is the error in the other side and what was his situation and what he did and what the other side did. And based on that, we can find what is the real problem, because most of the problems actually comes from kind of misunderstanding. So if we are confronting the people, we are confronting the two parties. In this case, we can find where is the issue, where is the real root of the issue, and solve it. Always we have to make kind of a table, includes every problems, every issues that we have. That's what's called issue log. It's just a table showing what are the issues, what are the responsibilities, what are the description of the issue, how this issue have been solved, and so on. And all of those issues, actually, all of those items needs a lot of interpersonal skills for the project manager to solve those problems that we are facing in any project, actually. In this diagram, we have kind of a human resource management information system. Actually, it includes everything that we have regarding the project human resource. Improve the paperless human resource capabilities, better communication, horizontal integration, and streamlined process, provide open flexible system, effective staffing and right sizing, automation of human resource management operation and processes. All of that includes the human resource requirements and the performance and the actual results that they have, and what are the specs required for the personnel, what are the actual specs and capabilities of the personnel that we have, and everything related to the human resource should be included here with the human resource management information system. Team performance assessment. In order to assess the team performance, we have to consider the individual performance and we have to consider the team level as well. So we have to assess each personnel by himself and each employee inside the team that he is working with. On the other direction, we have to consider the behavior measurements and we have to consider the results measurement. And the behavior, is he doing the quality assurance requirements or not? In the results, we have to assess the quality control requirements, if he is doing that or not. So this is simply the four items that we have to assess with respect to the team performance assessment in this regard. And in the next lecture, we will start with the project risk management. In the previous section, we have considered the sources of the risk or that we might have as potential risks for the project. In section 2, we will go inside the process of project risk management.